Never say loyal to you when she looking at me in that way.
Hi, everyone. We've got a good one for you tonight. It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Let's get started. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sideline. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
And for that game against the Spurs, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. We've got Johnson. Vucevic is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kobe White. And it's DJ in at the 1. And for the Wizards, Poole and Kispert are the guard set. Gill is out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Sarr in at the 5 spot. You look at Washington. They've lost both of their NBA Cup games so far. A rough start.
Let's be honest, I don't see a way they advance even if they win tonight. So they need to focus just in on the regular season.
And then the situation for the Bulls. They won their first 2 games of group play. Can they make it 3 straight here tonight on the road?
And it won't be easy, but the motivation level is high. This is what the league wanted in creating the Cup, making these early season games matter.
And Poole gets it to go.
Intelligent move by Poole, taking advantage of what the pick and roll opens up.
Here's TJ. Rebound by the Wizards. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. Pass to Middleton. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And we talk about Middleton's accurate shooting often, but they are reminding us of his dunking ability as well.
Vucevic uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Sarr. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic, buries it from 3-point range. Poole's got 5 now.
And a catch and shoot? Poole is always ready and willing to pull that trigger.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now, here's Poole. 5 points in the game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 8 points for DJ.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Middleton. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. And Poole gets it to go. Here's DJ. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
And we've got a timeout call by Brian Keefe. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Pass to Kispert. Middleton outside. And the 3 off target.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Johnson kicks to DJ. And it's blocked.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
Here's TJ. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Wizards trail by 4. Poole with no one around. And another miss by Washington.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And that one is good from DJ.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here's Poole. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Here's Solid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Vucevic. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Hey guys, the Wizards' #2 overall pick Alex Sarr wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting.
There's just so much potential for Sarr. He's got that Wemby-like build with a lot of skill.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Poole after the Bulls pick up 2. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Here's TJ. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Gill. Scoreless thus far. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 16-7 run. Knocks it loose. Middleton with it. Now guarded by DJ. High, arcing shot.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Gill. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's TJ. It's blocked. Here's Poole. He's got 10. Pass to Gill. Middleton outside. Here's Gill. Shot clock at 6. Here's Poole. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Sarr's shot is off. And here are the Bulls now. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Kuzma. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 10-point game. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
Brogdon, he's checked in for Gill. And a change for the Bulls. Russell's checked in. Back to Middleton. Pass to Poole. And here's Middleton. 6 to shoot. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Trains the three-pointer.
Brogdon's got quick hands. It doesn't matter if he's getting it to a teammate or launching a shot.
Here's TJ. Lays it up and banks it in. DJ's got 22.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Poole bounce pass. Pass to Sarr. Shoots over Vucevic. Free throw line jump shot. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. With the drive. And that one drops for him. And now an 11-point Bulls lead.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Now, DJ, after Malcolm Brogdon's three-pointer that didn't go. And that one is good from DJ.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Count that one. Brogdon's got his second basket of the night.
You're not going to see Brogdon take many mid-range jumpers, but when he does, he makes most of them.
Rejected by Brogdon. Pass to Poole. There's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Poole's got 13.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
Pass to Kispert. No good on the triple. The Bulls leading by 10. DJ passes to Kuzma. DJ kicks to Vucevic, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's really been on his A-game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Sarr. Bay comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Koulibaly in for Corey Kispert.
Such a crisp ball coming from Brogdon. He gets it to him with a little bit of zip, on time and on target.
Here's DJ. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 30 points for DJ.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
For three, Brogdon drills it from outside.
Well, it's much easier to space the floor when you have effective shooters like Brogdon on your roster.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is game 3 for these teams in the NBA Cup Tournament group play. That adds an extra level of intensity, doesn't it?
Kevin, it certainly does, especially because one of these teams has much more to lose. At this point, only one of them might be playing to advance in this tournament.
And the Wizards making a change here. Gill's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse. I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Poole. Now Koulibaly. Rebounded by Vucevic.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And that one's good, DJ. And it's an 11-point Bulls lead.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
The shot by Brogdon, no good. Chicago leading by 11. And DJ with the basket on the assist by Russell. DJ's got 38 points.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Poole. A 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's DJ. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Some changes for Chicago. Smith comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in for Russell.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Pass to Gill. Bagley with a screen on Giddey. Down low. to halt the run and finish off by Bagley.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And he gets the bucket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Wizards trail by 15. Pass to Coulibaly. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this one.
Rips down the breakaway slam.
That play is a great example of why Brogdon is so coveted around the league. He brings value on both ends.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kept alive. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Coming onto the floor for the Bulls, number 1, the substitution on the court.
Here's Carrington. Nothing on the board. Now Brogdon. And he banks in the layup.
And so far, this game has belonged to Brogdon. He is showing no signs of slowing down either.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Cameron Johnson is out there with Kobe White. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Vucevic. And it's DJ in at the 1 spot. Wizards trail by 16. It's Brogdon on the wing. 17 points in the game. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Bays checked in for Washington. The Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. DJ. And it goes down 2 points. DJ's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Bay with a screen on Johnson. Here's Song. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
So it's Washington now, after the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. Going inside. And that one's good, DJ.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so it's Brogdon who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And they get it. And another miss by Washington. Chicago leading by 22. Here's DJ. Connects again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now, here's Brogdon. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Pass to Bay. Coulibaly with it. 5 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Song. Great D that time for Vucevic.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Sarr sets the screen for Middleton. And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by Chicago.
Washington making some changes. Gill is checked in for Bay. Corey Kispert comes in for Coulibaly. And Poole subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. Dosunmu, he's checked in for the Bulls. Free throw good, Sarr. Well, we have all enjoyed the NBA Cup tournament, and Greg, the double meaning it brings to these games earlier in the season is just terrific.
Yeah, of course, they also count in the regular season standings as well. It allows teams
a second trophy to chase, a championship that's a lot earlier in the calendar. And I tell you who else benefits, a lot of the young teams, because it puts them in a playoff mindset. I think it's going to help their progression over the course of the season.
And there it is for them.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 16-4 run right now. That's tipped. Middleton outside. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ball game.
And he needs to get back to what he was doing in that first quarter when he was in attack mode, drawing fouls and getting to the line.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dosunmu, and Johnson subbed in for Josh Giddey. Here's Gill. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Middleton. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Driving to the basket. And another one falls. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And here is Poole. He's got 13. Middleton can't get it to go.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Gisbert kicks to Poole. A minute 50 left in the first half. Middleton for 3. It's good, and that's just his 3rd make in 10 shots. An off game for him.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, DA. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
Clearly a foul.
The Bulls have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Wizards making a switch here. Brogdon's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Wizards shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Sarr sets the screen for Brogdon. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Brogdon's got 19 points.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
TJ, basket counts.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Washington. Driving in. That one goes in. 21 points in the game.
He can explode to the hoop. Brogdon, he can change speeds in a hurry.
Here's TJ. Banked in off the glass.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Brogdon. He's got 21. Middleton outside. 26 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Here's TJ. Good, he hits again.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Brogdon a good look. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
And so it's Chicago, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the Washington Wizards.
You can do everything else, but if you don't take care of the boards, well, you know what I'm going to say.
Your goose is cooked? And later on, some more NBA action to look forward to. Here are the games coming up. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Look at DJ in this one. He's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
He knows that that's a strength for him. If they're going to keep fouling, he has no problem taking that.
The Bulls shooting an unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. Poole and Kispert are the guard set. Gill is out there with Song. And it's Middleton in its small forward. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Here's Poole after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Sarr's got 5 points so far.
That's where you want Sarr doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint. Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Now, here's Poole. To the inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Okay, Poole, I see you hit the finish. He's not just a three-point shooter.
Takes it inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Now, here's Poole. Pass to Gill. No good. Shot missing. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's DJ. Yep, that one goes. DJ's got 8 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Poole. Drops in the layup for 2.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. And that one's good, DJ.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Just 5 to shoot. Looking to get it going. That one goes. Count it. He's got 10.
And an excellent start to the second half. Only missed 1 shot in their first 5.
Here's DJ. Again, what an avalanche. And there it is, 82 points.
And this is a game that he will never forget.
Here's Poole. And it's White with the rebound. The Bulls have gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. That one good for 2.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
So it's Washington now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Gill, the basket. Poole bangs home the trifecta. Poole's got 20.
After a tremendous first quarter, 3 trays, he's put in another.
DJ lays it up off the glass.
He's just got it on automatic right now, shooting 100%, and that'll keep your confidence high.
Kispert, the pass to Poole. Again, the miss by Poole.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he makes that one.
And just running the offense, White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Now, here's Poole. He's covered closely. Again, the miss by Poole.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Now here's Middleton. He's got 10. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Third personal foul.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver. A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
The shot's good.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
Pass to Poole for the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Poole's got 10 points in just the second half.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And that one's good, DJ.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Now, here's Poole. Defense is right there. He can't hit that time. And there's the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Wizards with possession. Here's Poole. 23 points in the game. It's good.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Driving inside. And the shot goes down.
And he's doing it all himself, shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
Pass to Middleton. Back to Poole. From outside the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball. Poole's got 28.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's DJ. Good.
Number 77.
Wizards have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Poole kicks to Middleton. Pass to Song. Now Poole, and he has 28 points for the game. From outside, off the mark.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Johnson, the pass to DJ. Got a piece of it. Now, here's Poole. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Pass to Kispert. Poole, a screen on White. Kispert, wide open, he fires. Gets a very good look and converts. Kispert's got his first points of the night. Now, here's DJ. Guarded close, and he uses the glass on the layup.
He is getting everything he wants. The defense is seemingly powerless to slow him down. It's sad.
And here's Poole for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Poole's got 18 points just in the second half.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
He gets it in there.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
There's the killer 2-handed slam.
And this game has Poole's fingertips all over it. This man is dominating right now.
And he drives in, and it's DJ missing. Washington's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Poole kicks to Middleton. Pass to Gill. He's looking for Poole and finds him. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it up. Rebound by the Bulls. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Here's DJ. Makes it off the glass.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And it's DJ with the rebound.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Rebound by Kispert. From the Wizards, they're shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Now, here's Kispert. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
The 3 from Poole. Rebound by the Bulls. Kuzma's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's DJ, and got it! Another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. So it's Washington now. Pass to Poole. Launches a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Kuzma up and in on the layup. Kuzma's got his second basket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Here's Gill. Pass to Saar. 5 on the clock. He can't get that one to fall. White with the defensive effort. On the wing, Johnson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Kuzma kicks to DJ. Outside, White. Kick by Vucevic. DJ passes to Johnson. Nailed from three-point land. Johnson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Now, here's Poole. 33 points for him. 1:15 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And White kicks to Johnson. Vucevic's screen on Gill. Here's White. That 3 off the mark. Washington's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Middleton with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Poole inside. Here's Saar. That one falls. And it's 7 points for Alex Saar.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the 3-point shot.
Kuzma kicks to DJ. On the wing, Johnson. It's White on the wing. Over Kispert. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Washington shooting for the game at 42%. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got 7 rebounds in the game. Johnson in the corner. Pass to DJ. Back to Johnson. Puts up a 3. And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Bulls out front, running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And so it's Washington with it. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And with that, they remain undefeated in group play.
And with just one group matchup left, it looks like we'll be seeing them in the next round of the NBA Cup.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.